What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. The initial charge I forgot to turn on the recording for, so I think I'm like 2 kills, 0 deaths right now. And I'm glad I did decide to record in the end because you read that correctly. We went deathless. We got a lot of Jon Snow level plot armor, including right here where this guy was really ruining my day. But we did manage to survive thanks to some teammates. There was a lot of really close calls in this one because you guys know I die a lot more than a lot of other good players just because I try and do the objective and not hide or run from fights. And this was initially going to be a video where I talk about how I did retire the Messer, as I said, but I brought it out of retirement because I think it's overpowered. But we're just going to embrace it. And every time we do Falmire or maybe Dark Forest, like one of those, we're just going to use the Messer and try and get up as many kills as possible because those are the longest maps. And yeah, so I don't think I'm really going to use it unless I'm recording and doing one of those. But yes, a lot of people were disappointed when I said I won't be using it anymore. I got some feedback on that. So we'll just, like I said, embrace the whole overpoweredness and try and do that. Because at the end of the day, when you go for those high kill games, you're going to be using meta weapons regardless. And there's, even when there's lulls in the action, I'm not going to trim it or fade away or anything. Just because a lot of people that haven't gone deathless or just want to get better at trying it, probably want to use something like this as a guide if they're watching. So like, for example, right now we're doing a long walk back. I'm just going to leave it in because, you know, just good stuff that you can maybe pick up on, like where the bandage carts are, even stuff like that. So anyway, let's get into the gameplay. So this is some progress with the fire pot. We get 0 kills or damage, but we also don't hit any teammates. So I know you guys love the comic relief some people have said about killing teammates constantly with those things, or at least hurting them and hitting crowds of people. But I don't like doing that. Oh, I did get a kill there, but I don't like doing that because it feels bad. So D-Sitcon would be proud here as I do not let that archer escape. So I see my teammates bloody, so it's a really dumb time to go for a slash because even if I do hit the enemy, it's just too risky with a teammate close to death. I risk getting him up even though I'm almost dead because that's just the right thing to do. And it works out where he survives and so do I. But you really, and always think you're footman, but you should really be careful of that team damage in fights like that, especially if you're using a powerful weapon like the Messer that does a lot of damage. This part feels like one of the harder parts if I'm doing it correctly that I would have to survive because I want to be on here pushing objective, trying to get those petards on the gate. And I'm not going to be hiding, fighting back by the bandage cart or like that open area, which would be the idea if I was doing it solely for my stats. But we play for the win first. And yeah, so I do go back to bandage a few times, which I don't think that's that selfish because you want to stay alive. You're not helping your team when you're dead. But we do get more plot armor as bandages are just raining down even though I'm catching fire and stuff. But yeah, I'm just picking my spots, going up and then back, like forward and back, I should say, as the situation calls for it. I didn't see a guy down there that was down in real time. That one we do get up though. So we're picking our spots essentially. What I'm not happy about is the team damage I'm doing in this game. I don't know what that's about because I haven't changed my settings recently or messed around with them. And I don't think it's something I could attribute to being rusty because I haven't really been doing this. And I don't think so besides this video. So please forgive me, guys. This was a pretty close call because we get pushed hard by some guys with messers, long swords, halberds, some very good weapons. But then a spawn wave comes again. That's, you kind of need this sometimes to go deathless. The objective finishes just in time and a spawn wave comes. So really fortunate there. And here I'm noticing that Archer's trying to shoot me. So I'm kind of like zigzagging and hiding behind teammates with more health. And it works out. He doesn't see us. And I want to help this footman out, but I just keep swinging instead of blocking for some reason. But I was pretty high health in the beginning, so it was fine. Something of note is the teams are pretty evenly matched if you look at the kills, for example. But it felt like they were folding on the objective a lot, the other team. So I think it was just more about not so much their killing power or having bad players. I just think they weren't really trying enough on what they were supposed to be doing, like on each stage. So I think they had a lot of guys just going for kills. I'm not sure if that made it easier or harder to stay alive the entire game, but it did make it easier to get the win. Here I'm missing a lot of swings, and I try and do the fake out move where I'm leaving and then turn around to hit him, but it kind of gets lost a little bit. I was still high health, so you can tell that wasn't really intentional to lose him a little bit, and it does kind of benefit me because we find two guys with their back turned and we get a nice little double kill. Now again, I don't want to run from a fight, so I back up because I see a spawn wave coming. I don't want to fight multiple people, but I did owe it to that guy to finish the fight. Again, we benefit from some luck because then teammates were coming forward and they kind of helped me out there as well. I don't think I would have had too much trouble with him and killed him, but, you know, we take the help. And that was a good job of me using the fire pot because it stopped them from being able to defend it. So like I said, I'm getting progress. I don't know why I tried to hit the peasant. And now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I do think Falmire may be one of the harder places to go deathless, just because I also don't think I ever have on this one. That is so much team damage. My god, I'm sorry. But I don't think I've ever gone deathless on Falmire, even before or not with the recording. But yeah, because this bridge part's going to be a little tough too. So I back up to heal after I fall down, and we're going to get back in the action. But these bridge objectives can be very hard to survive. Nice little push here to clear up some space. We get, I think, like, it says a mega kill, and that really cleared up a lot of the objective for our team to go through. And I took some damage, so because we're so far into the game, I heal, stand by a flag, but I don't go all the way back for that bandage cart because it seems like we can secure getting the bridge now. So I think it's kind of a bad idea to walk all the way back. So I do take the risk of getting one up far, but I think that was the right call because, like I said, we want to be using like that messer and being a good player. Just, you know, a lot of playtime. I'm not trying to brag or anything. We want to be up front and trying to secure that objective, as I said. And we do down a guy when we're trying to help him, but we apologize. He says thank you, and then we do kind of stick with him for a little bit, as you'll see. Now this is very close. We throw a fire pot, the ballista sees us, and we take a step at that last second that I wasn't even like intentional to dodge it. And if we didn't do that, the deathless run would have been over. If I died to a ballista and not an honorable death in melee combat, I don't know if I would have an Xbox anymore. It probably would have gone through my window. And then we get into another difficult fight here. But yeah, I don't know why I was having trouble with the spear, but that guy that we helped earlier also jumped in to kind of help us because I was in a lot of trouble. I even got disarmed, and that's why you emote with people, because after I got him up and said sorry, he kind of repays the favor, and who's to say that wasn't because like he liked the emoting. So great job by him to keep me alive. So much luck in this one. I feel like you need it on Falmire, as I said, and we did get disarmed, so we pick up a war axe. This is a messer video, so until we can find it again, and we're emoting with him again, so I do think that's what happened. So until we can find a weapon, like find another messer, we're just going to use what we can for now. Now that the bridge objective is over, I'm getting pretty confident we can get this done, because this objective, as long as you're sticking with the team and not just suicide running to get the what is it called, cranks, you should be okay as long as you're being careful. You never know, I mean, deaths happen. And then after that, if I'm the champion, that, oh my god, another thing fell and we almost died. But if you're the champion, then it kind of comes down to you surviving. And if I'm not the champion, I think it's not really too difficult to die as the rest of the map. So I'm starting to get pretty confident here. I didn't notice this in real time, but I did put my hands on a filthy archer and revive him, so that was a little mistake by me. I should have let someone else do that. I don't like reviving them just for them to shoot me later. Now, I'm not sure what this was about, because I'm trying to survive. This guy just starts hitting me, so I'm like blocking his swings, and he's still hitting me. Not a good teammate there. Again, I don't know if I did something wrong by blocking him, but I was mostly just trying to stay alive. And yeah, I don't know why people are like that, but it is what it is. I hope you guys are proud of me, because look at that fire pot. Just look at that. The comic relief may be gone, as you guys put it, but we are getting kills. We stopped people from going towards the cranks, and it's really working out well, because there's also a spawn wave from there. Now, I was thinking I would accept the champion anyway, but I actually came in second despite the massive kill streak bonuses from staying alive. So he ends up declining it, and then I have no choice but to be it. And I do look for a messer, and we get one back for the to complete the video with the messer. There's always one lying around. It's like one of the most popular weapons, so it didn't take too long to find one. The other team really did make this easy for us because they did have a lot of high levels, as I said earlier, lots of killing power, kills weren't that lopsided, but I kind of predicted at this point we would be okay, being the champion or otherwise, because they were not on objective, the other team, not my team, and it made it kind of easy for us to get to the boat. I'm spoiling it a little bit, but if I'm deathless, I think you guys can kind of see that coming, right? But yeah, not really a good job by them. It's a little disappointing when high levels don't do the objective. So at least we benefited from it this time. It wasn't like on our team. Our team worked as a team. Like, look at that. We hype up the boys. Now we're all charging. There's not even a lot of barricades on the that last bridge part. So we're going to pad our stats a little bit while the team clears the way and does get rid of the few barricades they have. This is rare when you get a lot of good teammates with randoms, you know, and like it's more typical you get what the other team was doing. So really just a relaxing game as far as Deathless goes. Like I had some close calls, but overall I don't think it was, I think it was more about that than anything I did, because I was just vibing. Now we got a clear path. There's one guy. Really poor job by the other team. Like, no offense, but what are you guys doing? And that'll be the win, guys. Like, so this was the first time I ever went deathless on this map, I believe. Unless it happened like when the game first came out. I don't even remember. I've done it on almost all the original maps. I'd have to look over it and think. But this was a really fun one. I'm going to let the final stats play because I think it was like 76, 34, and 0 was the final tally. Let's see. Yep, 76, 34, and 0. And if you guys want to check out these videos in the end cards, there's some playlists. I'd really appreciate it. Some cool videos here. I love you guys. See you in the next one.